sexiest thing in the entire world is being really smart.
Welcome to Smart is Sexy, the podcast where we discuss self-development, growth, business, spirituality, and becoming a smarter, sexier human. I am your host, Kelsi.
And I'm Celeste. Welcome to our show, y'all. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe and send to a friend. Today's episode is sponsored by Owaza. Owaza is an innovative functional coffee formula that aims to do more than just wake you up. It propels you upward and forward through your daily grind to help you achieve your goals. It's made with clean ingredients, keeping us both smart and sexy. Use Smart is Sexy for 20% off when you order online at drinkawaza.com.
I'm so glad you read that because we all know I can't read out loud.
Next time I want you to do it. Next time you lose a bet.
Owaza's then not going to want me to read it, so that's the issue.
Yeah, actually, no, don't read it.
You guys, welcome back. Season 2, part 2. We're saying part 2 because we were supposed to be back long ago. It took us a little while. We had to get set up in the studio.
Yes.
I have been out of town, but I am back in action.
Yes, we moved into a new home. We have this cute new studio.
We're so excited. We're just going to keep progressing and it's so fun.
It's so much better and I'm so much happier like being a Valley girl. I love being a Valley girl.
The Valley is so great. We have the cutest neighbors, the cutest street.
Yeah. Oh, our neighbors are quite the time.
They are quite the time. We love them. Okay, good news minute.
Yeah. Today we're going to play catch up. So
A little bit of catch up. Okay, so my good news minute is that I played golf for my second time ever and I played 18 holes. And
I don't know what that means.
Well, like golf has like you can either do 9 holes or 18 holes. And I know math is hard
Those are
for
your
you,
only options?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like in math it's hard for you, but like 9 plus 9 is 18.
So you did 2 rounds?
Mm-hmm. Well, like a whole round is 18, but you could do a half a round. I think that's like the lingo. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I played a whole 18 holes and my score was 125, and people who play golf will laugh, but I feel like for my second time ever playing golf and getting a score of 125, I was very impressed with myself.
I don't know what that means, but I love that for you. I don't know what, I've never played
maybe
golf.
You should catch up on your golf.
Maybe you should take me golfing. I'll buy a little outfit. We'll get a little coffee.
I think that maybe you should take a lesson. I don't know if I am the person to be taking you golfing.
Okay, yeah.
Because like I'm not very good.
Okay, well maybe I'll take
I was impressed with my
lesson.
125 score. But again, if people who actually golf listen to this, they're going to be like, you're terrible.
When I think of golf, I think of like a rich person sport. I don't know if there's any truth to that. That's like what's in my head.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people play golf.
Yeah.
To me, I had the best time. Like it was so much fun.
Well, I like doing things that make me feel rich. So maybe I'll go try that. You know, like I love like that feeling of just like luxury.
Yeah, golf. I understand because golf does feel like a very like luxe sport.
It feels like very, luxe, very like the fun. Outfits and like the
I had a cute little dress on.
See,
yeah, you actually at certain golf courses have to wear a collared shirt. Like it's required.
See,
every person
rich. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take it up.
Okay, great.
I need a hobby. Well, I have been looking for a hobby, but like I've been doing pottery. I did archery a few times.
Oh yeah. I want to do the archery with you.
The archery is like very cool. I like the archery because it forces you to be so present. Like you really can't think of anything else because you have to focus on getting this arrow to like this, like
a target,
whatever it's called. Yeah. A target. And, so it's like pretty cool. And I'm like, I just have like a whole new respect for Homegirl and Hunger Games because it's actually
Katniss,
it's actually okay. We're on a full name basis. Anyways, also your good news minute is bullshit. Your good news minute is that you now live with me again. And that is truly the highlight of your life, has to be, because every day you get up, you see my smiling face, and then you get to have me all the time. And I just imagine that that's probably top tier.
Do you notice how there was silence during that entire...
Well, you get goodies, you get my humor, you just get so many things.
You're not that funny.
I'm a great time.
You know what you do is you provide a lot of content for my humor.
I have to tell you, like when I hang out by myself, I laugh the most. So either I'm like slightly schizophrenic or I'm hilarious. I just TBD, but I feel like it's the second one.
We are going to be running a poll on who thinks Celeste is either funny or schizophrenic, and we'll see who votes on that.
When I spend the day by myself, I am just always like, spirits are high, laughs are laughing. I don't know.
Like, spirits are high, laughs are laughing.
I have the best time.
Okay.
Anyways.
Interessante.
Okay, but my good news minute is that like I really think like moving cured my burnout. We'll talk about like the burnout stuff later in the convo, but I had just been feeling like so, I don't know, I wasn't happy where I lived before. Like it was a cool experience. We talked about this before. Like it was everything I thought I wanted. And I didn't really enjoy it. And a lot of people were like, I got this comment from a lot of people. Why would you sublease for your last 2 months? Why wouldn't you just wait it out? And it's like, no, I wasn't happy. And so now moving here, moving areas, moving to a bigger house, like I've really changed my day-to-day lifestyle. And I am so much happier. My work has never been like better inspiration wise. I've been really in the mood to create. I've been feeling so much better. I just am like, life like flows better. I don't know. I'm like a valley girl.
For sure. And the burnout thing, I totally understand because I was also feeling so burnt out from work, from the podcast. I love the podcast. Don't get me wrong. But like I was feeling burnt out. I wasn't feeling like really inspired about anything. And that's a really good lesson that even though you can love something so much, you can still feel burnout from it. So I get it. I think moving here has like sparked a little bit of a new environment, has definitely sparked a new sense of like creativeness for me. So I get that. I feel a little bit I feel more inspired. It's been better.
I was just having this conversation with somebody actually, and they were saying how like it's hard for them to like make music because they felt like they needed to like experience life at this like, and there was like nothing for them to write about because they weren't experiencing. And I feel like that's similar to us with the podcast and creating. Like I was just like in my so deep, like living alone. Like I just didn't feel good, honestly. Like a lot of things like felt very forced to me. It was hard for me to create. And then I feel like now you go and like live your life. I go like live my life. And now we can like create. And now we've like evolved Viper in the best way, and like the podcast, and we're just way more inspired because you have to like go also like live your life so you have experience.
Yes. Well, getting into that, we are going to be playing catch up. We love catch up.
Yeah, I always tell Kels like if every time you leave town, I'm like, so you don't want to catch up because you just
like come back and then we do catch up.
Yeah, I force you. And then I force you into therapy. Every time Kels comes home,
I sit on the therapy couch.
She sits on the therapy couch.
And you lay on the therapy couch.
I lay on the other couch. And this is where like I tell her all my problems because she's been gone for weeks. And then she comes back and tells me why I'm the problem in every situation.
Yes.
It's
called holding you accountable.
It's therapy. It's great.
And we all need friends like me to hold someone else accountable. That's what I gathered from that little topic. Okay. Well, wait, I have some updates. So
that's where I was getting with that is update us.
Yeah. Okay. Here I go. along to the catch up. Okay. So I was in Idaho. We went on like a little family vacay and we drove through Montana, and you guys, we're driving through Montana, and I am telling my cousin and his wife about how they need to watch Yellowstone because it's incredible. I'm going on and on and on. Mans and I are like, you guys have to watch it. It's the best show. It's incredible. As we are talking about Yellowstone, I look up and Mans goes, hey, this is the ranch that we want to like one day, like this is the ideal ranch we want to live on one day. And I was like, oh yeah. We look up and the sign says Dutton Ranch, Yellowstone.
That's crazy.
It is where they film. I literally made my cousin turn back around. We got out. I took photos. The security guard, she was a very small woman who I probably could have taken down to get better shots. And I wish I would have. But Mans is in the back seat being like, you need to get back here. And I was like, no, you're bigger than her. You can take her down. I need to get a better shot. But he didn't take her down. He just told me
for the best.
He just told me to get back in the car. And I was like, this is so lame. You're supposed to be my partner in crime on this trip.
And he's like not out here taking her down.
He did not take her.
Yeah.
She was in flip-flops. I'm sorry.
Okay, I mean, she doesn't sound like a really
She
legit
was small.
security
She was
guard.
about your size.
Yeah, I mean, I could never be security.
And she was in flip-flops. And like, listen, not that women can't be security guards, but just like she was little in flip-flops. I was like, I could have taken her. And I really wanted to get a closer shot. But I did get a very zoomed in, pixelated photo, and I was hyped.
I love that.
But when you drive past, for anyone who's seen the show, like when you drive past, you could see the Y on the barn that the cowboys sleep in.
Stop. I want this show to come back so bad. This is the best show ever. If you haven't seen Yellowstone, like, don't listen to this podcast because we can't be friends.
No, so I was
so good.
I was so hyped. I was like, wow.
Oh my God, I can't wait till it comes back.
It was also, Montana is beautiful.
I really want to go.
Like I drove the road. I mean, how crazy that I was talking about it.
It's
we
crazy.
were not even intending to drive. Like we were just driving on a certain road to get back home. But it is the most beautiful state. It's so like, I mean, the ranch, you guys, the Dutton Ranch. I was blown away. It was so beautiful. I was so excited. Right. So I just feel like I needed to share because, and it's not a good news minute. It just like needed to update people that I saw the Yellowstone Ranch. It was so fun. It was so exciting.
Sick. Yeah. And you were on your trip and you were doing we were having different weekends.
Yeah. I caught a fish.
Yeah. Kels was like,
and you were being a stripper.
Okay. Kels was like sending me videos of her like catching a fish and just doing all this nature shit. And I was like, oh yeah. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, booking my consult for my boob job. Like we're just having different days.
It was different.
Yeah. We were having different weekends. And then I did that little car wash photo shoot.
Where you were in stripper heels.
Yeah, but it was because I was like playing a role because the girl who was shooting it wanted to do like a...
Were you playing a role? Do you own those stripper heels?
Yeah, I had them in my closet.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So again, we don't really know if she was playing a role or almost just like...
No, it was like role play because it was like
just
in the outfit.
Showcasing herself.
Well, I don't just like get up and like wash my car. First of all, I don't wash my car. But secondly, like I don't wash it in stripper heels. So it was like for the shoot, you know?
Huh.
But we were just having very different days.
Yeah, I was in my Tevas.
Different weekends.
Which, for the people who don't know,
my
Tevas are my like little hiking, camping sandals that I'm obsessed with. I wear them all the time. They're like, I live a very different life now.
You do.
Like I feel,
and I love it for you, but
Montana.
I'm just like still gonna give you my opinion on things.
Yeah, as you should. But like I
hate them.
I very much like I come back to LA and I love like my bougie self that gets dressed up, wears heels. But then I also love the other version of myself that's like camping, hiking, catching
I want to go to
fish.
Montana and I want to ranch like Yellowstone.
Okay.
And I want to do like real estate.
So maybe we set up something like a compound.
Great. I love that.
Where there's like lots, like there's multiple large homes in one thing of land.
Yeah.
I feel like we could fit in 2 homes on 2,000 acres.
Yeah. I think that because like, that works. That feels like enough room.
I feel good about that. I can have my dog barn.
Yeah. You'd have your dogs. You'd probably have kids.
Yeah.
It'll probably just be me forever, you know, but like, I feel good about that decision.
Okay. That's okay. Great.
You know, but anyways, okay, no. Moving on. What else has been going on in life? You guys, we moved to a new house. It's so cute. We have a studio. What?
We have these great neighbors. We have neighbors. Like
they
come over, they want to chat, they want to hang out
whenever they want.
I need you to tell the story of our neighbor who is directly next door.
Yes. So she, first of all, like, where do I begin?
I haven't had an experience with her other than just like a polite
this was
hello.
the funniest thing in the world. So we meet our new neighbor and he's like the sweetest guy ever. He's like this older white guy. He's like 80.
His name's Bud.
His name's Bud. We love him. He comes
We love
outside.
Bud.
He's like the nicest thing in the whole world.
The
He
nicest
literally will
man.
help you with anything on the planet. So anyways,
He takes our trash out.
He takes our trash out
on Sunday night so that it's ready for Monday morning.
Exactly. Or like if I forget to bring them back, he brings them back. Like he's the best. So anyways, he comes outside. He's talking to me, asking about what we do. And then he says to me verbatim, he goes, I have this little Chinese wife. She comes outside sometimes. And I was like, okay. It's like
Just like a weird way to say it.
It's like a weird way to word that. But I'm
like you'll meet my wife eventually.
No. She comes outside sometimes. So I'm like, okay. So anyways, fast forward to the next day. I'm standing outside on the front yard and she comes over and this was like the best thing in the world. So she's like this tiny, like the cutest little Chinese woman, probably close to 80, honestly. So she comes over to me and this is exactly how the conversation went. She looks at me, she goes, how old are you? That's it. Just first things first. I go, I'm 26. And she goes, and you're not married? I was like, no. And she goes, so no kids? And I said, no. And she goes, doesn't even know my name, you guys. This is the first 10 seconds of us meeting. She goes, well, are your eggs frozen? I was like, not yet. Maybe, definitely by the time I'm 28 or 30, like it's for sure in the pipeline. And she goes, well, what's your home country? And I said, India, actually. And she said, oh, so you should be married and have kids. And I was like, I love this because like we're not beating around the bush. Like we're getting right to the convo.
No, and she is so not even trying to be offensive.
No.
She's just getting down to the nitty-gritty.
It, which I loved. And I was like, have you been talking to my mom? Like literally.
Yeah, because your mom has been on you. She's been trying to arrange a marriage.
My mom is like always like, I'm putting you in an arranged marriage. My mom's in India right now and has been for like the last month. And
I'm sure being there makes her probably 10 times more embarrassed that you're not married.
Okay, not even just that I'm not married, that I have no prospects, like I'm not even in the vicinity of marriage or kids. And for my mom, like at my age, my mom had a 7-year-old. And at my age, I have nothing. And so it's funny because...
No, you don't even have a fish because you killed mine.
Okay. I didn't kill your fish. Your fish died while I was taking care of it.
Did you hear what you just said?
Like it was a coincidence.
Did you hear what you just said? My fish died while you were in.
But fish, I mean, he lived a year and a half. Like, how much more did you expect?
I think beta fish live a long time.
We don't know that. And also, it's like, the reason I didn't kill it is because I came outside and the fish was dead. I was in a different room. I don't know when it happened.
How long do beta fish live? 2 to 4 years. So you killed my fish. Anyways, continue on with your story about how you don't have everything and your mom had a 7-year-old that she managed to get to
So my mom
26.
had and so it's true. But yeah, it's funny because I'll be like, Mom, I'm in Forbes, and she's like, I don't care, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, like people in India don't care that you're in Forbes. They want you to be married.
Well, especially because I'm a woman and they want me to, have class. So like married kids would be ideal.
So in their opinion, you have no class.
We're just not even close to what they want, like I'm not even in like the world. And so my mom says it. She's like, I'm going to arrange a marriage. Actually, she went to this hookah bar and sent me a video of some random guy. And
that she wanted to set you up with?
Yeah. And I'm like, bro, first of all, have you met me? Like, not my type. Like, Mom, I'm over here breaking my neck at fucking lowriders and you want to set me up with this guy at the fucking
Celeste posts up outside of a prison waiting for men to get out.
Okay, no, we're kidding. I'm evolving.
Not really.
I have been evolving. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not even close. And I'm like, Mom, I like thugs. Like, you gotta give this one up,
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like some Indian doctor. I mean, I love that for her, but
that would be so great.
No, she's fine.
Have some health care.
Moving on. Honestly, I don't even know. I can't even talk about what's been going on in the world on this podcast because I've been so deep in my own world, just between like the house and work and like.
I've been in love, so I honestly don't know. I have turned into the friend that gets a boyfriend and and doesn't care about anything else in life. And honestly, I don't even feel bad about it.
Yeah, and then by way of you doing that and you spending most of your time with him, I then became that person when you're back. So like it's so fucked up because I'll have like things going on, I'll have like my routine, I'll see my friends, I'll like be in like updating on people's lives, like whatever when you're not here. And then when you come home, I became that girl. And now I don't talk to anybody because I'm just like, I only hang out with you. And so I'm like, you became her and then I became her by way of it. By way of you.
All right. Well, we're not doing great. Okay, work.
Go for it. Any updates?
Honestly, I feel, okay, we were feeling really burnt out.
So burnt.
When we decided to take like a little break from Smart and Sexy because we were moving, I was tearing down the studio in my place, and then we were moving into this new spot, setting everything up. Before that, we both had the conversation. Like I was exhausted. I was just not really feeling very like motivated or excited about
also,
Viper.
Like, couldn't create. Like I couldn't create anything because my brain was literally like, I'm burnt, I'm tired. And I would show up and like do the work we had to, but there was no motivation. There was no inspiration. Like we had the discipline, but we were definitely lacking that. And it was from burnout.
Yeah.
Burnout's like, so it takes over your body.
You guys, when you are feeling burnt out, we had the luxury of taking a break from the podcast and then coming back to it. But I do think it's really important to like take the time that you need, whether that's pulling off social media, pulling off of whatever it is. Like Viper, obviously we couldn't pull off of because we run a business, but like there were certain things we're like, okay, we need to take a break on it so that we're able to come back and be like better versions of ourselves. Because now I'm so excited about the podcast and being like, okay, what can we do? What new topics can we cover? I'm excited to like be back.
No, I'm excited too. And also even with Viper, like I feel like now we've been creating, we're like expanding the vision and like thinking about it in different ways and building out merch and like building out new concepts. And it was just because before like, yeah, it's our little baby, but it was hard for us to get there because we were just tired.
Yeah.
And I do think like if you're facing that, because I struggle a lot with like taking a vacation or taking a break because I feel like, oh, I should be working. That's been me forever. I'm like, oh, I feel so guilty because I should be working. But it doesn't help. It doesn't really help to just work through it. For sure. Obviously to some degree, like, you know, we all have like a base if you need to like pay bills or whatever. But it's important to also have like that life outside of it so that you at least have, at the very least, the inspiration. Yeah. Because that's what I was lacking.
Yeah.
I needed that.
Well, what is so exciting is that we are moving into SoFi season 2, which is just year 2, but season 2, here we go. Okay, so SoFi is back. Really excited about our second year, like moving into season 2 for
season
us.
2. I love that that's a thing
here.
now. You guys, I kept calling football coming back season 2 because I didn't know what it was called. And now it's like a running joke with everyone and like
including our client at SoFi.
Yeah,
He's
including the
calling
stadium director.
2. He's like, we're coming back for season 2. And we're like, yes, let's start at something great.
Yeah, it's so funny. I just didn't know what it was called. I guess it's just called football season.
But SoFi, we're really excited because we're expanding into a new season with SoFi. There's so many more opportunities for growth. It's a really exciting time. We're also talking to a casino, which is so fun because like the expansion there to like move into the casino world.
I'm obsessed. Like the concept, I mean, it came to us. It wasn't even something I was thinking of. It came to us. I went and toured the casino and I started like kind of learning about the world of casinos, like listening to podcasts and everything. And now I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready to be Molly Bloom. I'm ready to run Viper Blackjack and Viper Poker.
She's ready to be Molly Bloom.
Yeah. So I'm like really into it. So I'm really excited about it. And the opportunity we have with them is huge.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
So like expect Viper Casino.
Yes.
Soon.
Yeah, that is an exciting time. I feel like because I was losing a little bit of motivation, taking a small little break, like a little summer break, and then coming back, I feel I'm motivated now with even more opportunities coming our way. It also has made me more creative. Like, oh wait, but then why don't we do this? Why don't we try this out? It's a fun time.
It's also hard for me because like I felt like get nervous in my own head that, oh, if I'm not working, then I'm not creating, then I'm not going to have the next step. Like I don't know where to go from here. But then at the same time, like I was like, but I'm also I don't like the next steps that are happening. Like I need to disconnect because I need to pivot. And like, so it was just, for me at least, like as a founder, like in my brain, that's what I was dealing with. But then something that this all taught me, everything like falling into place, and was like, it does come and it comes at the right time. But you almost have to like disconnect it to like reconnect it better.
Yes. I posted the other day on Instagram. Wi-Fi. It's like the Wi-Fi.
Disconnect it and reconnect it properly.
Yeah. I posted the other day on Instagram about how I honestly should go back through and just like read the post, but it essentially was about how everything falls into place when it's supposed to. Mm-hmm. And you have to trust that any time you thought something wasn't going your way, it always happened the way you wanted it to. It's such a great reminder. And I read it and I was like, wow, that's really good. Yep. It really did just reinforce that of like, anytime I have been stressed out or worried or not felt super creative and felt a little bit of in a slump, everything has kind of happened the exact way that I wanted to when it was the right time. And to trust that.
Something for me too, like with work, is I get like, I don't know, it's just in my own head, I'm working through it, but like I feel like I have to like hold on to it. Like I have to hold on to my work routine. I have to hold on to like the clients. I have to hold on to the processes. But I actually think there's so much, my mom always says this, like if you grip sand too tight, it slips through your fingers. Yeah. But if you just open your hand and hold it lighter, it stays put. And that's like something that I really experience with work. Like I feel like, oh my God, I have to hold on to this. Cause I think I'm like traumatized from like being broke growing up and everything we went through, that I'm like, oh my God, everything could go away tomorrow. So I feel like I have to hold it so tight. But I really think that when you don't do that is really when it stays, when it flows, when everything's in alignment, and then it is like that process.
Which you are right. And everything that we have built can go away tomorrow. Yes. Like we do have to have so much appreciation and respect for what we've created, and we do have to hold on to it, and we have to constantly work because we can't get complacent or comfortable, because
totally
all of this that we worked for can go away like that. But also, there is a balance. Like everything in life, you do have to find the balance of, okay, but now I also have to like take a step back and appreciate what I've created and be excited and have a little bit of fun so that I can then be creative to create more.
It's also how you evolve, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't hold on to like what existed so tightly that you don't allow anything new to come in. Because how do you know that what's coming isn't better than what you had? Like, and that was something that was a lesson I had to learn, because I would hold on so tight. Like these were the clients and this is what Viper did. And like, I didn't want to pivot because I felt like if I was pivoting, I didn't know where we were going. I didn't know where my foundation was. I didn't know where the direction was. But like, you have to allow it to evolve, because now things are so much better.
Yeah.
But before, I was like, I felt so on unsteady ground that I was holding on so tight. And it's like, you have to understand like what's coming could really be so much better.
Yes. And a great thing is because we are all creators of our lives. Like whether or not you have started a business, you work for someone else, you are, kind of branching out and doing your own thing, whatever the stage of your life is you are a creator of your own life. So the greatest thing is that you get to constantly be inspired and go out and then create from your inspiration. Exactly. And that is such a blessing for every person in this world, regardless of what you've started, where you're at in your life, whether you are working for another person or you don't have anything going on, you are your own creator.
No, it's so true. And I've been taking like walks a few times a week, because now we live by my favorite place to walk ever, which I'm not going to say on this podcast because I'm gatekeeping that to the best of my ability.
Okay. So sorry, everybody, you don't get to be inspired.
You don't. You can go on a walk in your own walking area.
Okay. Alrighty.
But, and like, as corny as it sounds, I've been going during like that 6 p.m., 7 p.m. golden hour. And every day, like when I'm in there, just like with nature, I'm like, damn, we're so lucky. Like life is really such a gift. We get to, not to be like the most hippy dippy, but like we get to create our reality. I'm so thankful to be even able to just walk when the sun is going down in nature. Like it's like such like all those things. And it's really been helping me detach from like like the nitty gritty of that workflow. And you need it, because then when I feel that way, like I feel that peaceful, I feel that gratitude, I feel like so thankful just to be healthy, just to be here, just to be happy. It's way easier for me to then come back and create. But even forget creating, forget work. That alone is enough,
No, for sure. Because even I understand with like being outside, I think the best thing for everyone is to go outside, take a walk, because
totally,
I have been outside a lot.
Right.
I've been fishing. I have been camping.
Yeah.
I have been hiking. I hiked up to some, what are they called? Hot spring waterfalls. And I was just so grateful. And something that is so fun with Mans is that we stop all the time, and like he'll get out, we'll be on the freeway and he'll get out of the car to take a zoom or his like drone shot of the sunset. We do it all the time.
Yeah, I love that.
And he shows so much appreciation for like nature and like just being outside and like our surroundings. So I do feel so, like you said, like we are so lucky to be able to like breathe and experience so much of life. And we live in Los Angeles, where it is a little bit of a rat race.
Right.
And it's great. I love the hustle. I love the grind. And I urge people to go out and grind and hustle in their life. But there's also a balance of going out and being like, wow, I'm so grateful and lucky to like experience this moment. You being outside at that 7 p.m. glow hour where you get to like watch the sunset.
Yeah.
It is such a blessing and such a gift, and we have to show so much gratitude for the small moments, and those are the things that we can create for ourselves.
No, I agree. Actually, there was this quote by Cheryl Strayed, who I'm obsessed with. She said it. I was listening to it the other day. This reminded me of it. She said that her mom, before she passed, used to tell her, every day there's a sunset, and it's up to you to be there to watch it or not. And that is like, I just loved that, because I was like, it is up to you.
Yes.
So you can be deciding that you're dealing with X, Y, and Z, or you can go out and watch the sunset.
And
it's up to you every day.
The sunset happens every day, but you get to create the moment that you're there for yourself to experience that.
Yeah, and every day there's something like that is like so positive and so pretty, and it's up to you to choose to intake it or not. Yeah. That's your perspective.
Yes,
that's
and
your choice.
we do get to create those moments for us. So like, wow, this is just about creating your own life.
No, it's really true.
No,
like
it is.
Creating your own, your own happiness, your own inspiration, all of that. No, I love that. It really is. That's like the place I've been in for the past couple weeks. Yeah. So I've been like really deep in my own world. I've been spending a lot of time by myself, and just like a lot of walks and like moving and just like a kind of a change of lifestyle. And it's been really nice. And then of course like working, and that's been so great for like my creativity. And I'm like, we're getting ready to go back into our busy season, which is like usually September to, I would say, February, March. And so summer's a bit slower. And it's just nice to feel like inspired by what we do again, and to have that burnout cured a little bit. Cause that's like, as a founder, it just sucks being burnt out. I mean, it is what it is. It's part of it. But I also think if like a burnout is just a sign, it's an indicator that you need to go find like a new evolution of your own life. It's an indicator that you need to try something new. It's an indicator that you need to evolve past what you're doing.
Yes, agreed.
And, get outside of yourself.
I like that a lot.
So that's that. What else you got for me?
We got some sponsors, which you guys heard at the beginning of the episode. We are being sponsored now by a few different brands. We're very, very excited. Yeah. This is like the evolution and the next step of the podcast.
And we're on TikTok now, which like if you listen to like our OG episodes, you knew like how we felt about TikTok for the longest time. But like,
which I still am still getting comfortable with TikTok.
Well,
I'm not comfortable with it.
The best thing we ever did was have a content team, because now we don't have to, like, we don't put out our own TikToks. We don't put out our own videos. And I think that was the best thing for us, because I would have perfected everything so much that I would have put nothing out. And so having somebody else who just does it, because otherwise I'm going to look at it 1,000 times and find everything wrong with it.
Also, for anyone who is like struggling with things, like who is like a type A personality who needs things to be perfect, something that we keep reminding each other is done over perfect. Like we
that's always the
constantly
motto.
say it, and we're really trying to remind ourselves, because sometimes like you just got to do something because it's never going to be perfect. So you have to do something, and then you can perfect it as you go and make the changes and the things you need to do.
And done over perfect is so good because it puts it out. Because the truth is, like, you'll sit on something forever. I'm an example of this, and I'll never put something out because I'm working on making it better. And it's like, if you had just put it out, you would have at least gotten something from it. You could have evolved it later on. But done over perfect is like a mantra that we use. It's so helpful. But yeah, so I love having a content team because they do that. And I don't even have to like know. Granted, like I can't look at the comments because I want to clap back at everybody.
It's a rough time. Someone called me dumb or something, and I was like, oh, you don't even know me.
Somebody was like, wasted 30 seconds of my life watching this girl talk about me. Oh my God. And then somebody else said I look like a gold digger. And I was like, what part of me looks like a gold digger? Don't answer that.
I was just going to say all of you. All of you looks like a gold digger.
Okay, moving on to the next segment.
All right. What do we have? Okay, so we have life, work,
love. Okay, because you've been in a relationship and everyone's like so obsessed.
You guys, I gotta tell you,
all anybody cares about now is your relationship.
To be honest, all I care about. I am disgustingly, grossly happy.
Yeah, I love that for you.
I am so obsessed with Mans.
Yeah.
Like he probably wishes I was less obsessed with him.
No, I'm sure he loves it.
I just think he is like everything I've ever wanted in a partner and a human being. He is wonderful. He's smart. He like keeps me on my toes.
Yeah.
He is pushing me past my comfort zones as far as like, and when I say this, you don't want to jump off that rock, you're going to. I actually mean a physical rock. That's not like a metaphor for something. Right. Like he is constantly keeping me like, nope, we're going to do that. Yeah. You're uncomfortable. You're going to do it anyway. Like it's but you so love like fun.
Because he's really into the nature, but you've always been into like the nature
I grew up like being outside more, and then moving to LA was different just because it was a different experience for me. But honestly, like Mans makes me believe in good men.
Yeah, I love that.
Like I tell girls now who are like, men are shit, they suck. I'm like, they don't. Yeah. To be honest, there are shitty people in this world.
In every gender.
Yeah. And I really do think that like it just takes the right person and the two right people, because it is a relationship of two, that it does take like two right individuals, and he just makes me believe in like good men.
No, 100%. And I think a lot of people are also probably in the wrong relationships, and so that's like a projection of that. Because like, when you're in the right one, you want to be better for that person. Because this is the thing, like if you want to be better for somebody, you will be.
Yes.
If somebody's not changing their habits or not doing what you need them to do after you've expressed it, they may not be the person for you because they may not want that.
No.
Because they will do it.
Yes. And like whenever there's any sort of like small issue or anything that we need to work on, like I will go to him and be like, hey, this made me feel some type of way. How do we work on that? And we really do figure it out together as a couple. And then we work on it, we move past it, and then it's great.
I wish that more people understood that concept of like expressing your feelings or expressing how you feel about something. First of all, it does not have to be a negative or like belittling conversation. It can literally just be, hey, this is not an attack on you. I just feel this way about something. Can we just address it and move on? It doesn't have to be the end of the world.
But it's also the way you have to deliver it a certain way.
Yeah.
It has to be a calm conversation. And then that person also has to be receptive. And there are also times where he's come to me and being like, hey, this situation, this isn't working for me. And you're just like, oh, okay. Right. Then I will also work on that and make a change.
And that's the thing. It doesn't have to be the biggest thing in the world.
No.
I think that and like, I just think like that's so key, communication and like just having that conversation, because honestly, like from just my past relationships and even times where I've had to communicate with somebody, whether it's gone good or bad, it's like the other person just wants to be heard. It's really, that's all it is. It's like, hey, I feel this way. I just want you to hear me.
And even if there are times where he may disagree, like if I have a feeling and he's like, I kind of disagree with that.
Yeah.
I can, and he comes at it from a way of like, okay, that's actually not super fair to me. And
Right.
and you may feel that way, and I respect it, but this is why I'm doing it. And you're like, oh, okay. So it really is just a conversation and two people being receptive of one another's thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like everything we have had to like have a conversation about has fixed and changed itself. And there are things that like I brought up weeks ago that today he'll do that I brought up, and it's like, oh, okay, so you listened to me, you heard me, and you made changes so that we can continue to grow as a couple. He's just
That's
he's
what is
so
like
wonderful.
so crucial, is just understanding that like it does take two of us, and so implementing those changes goes a long way. Like if your partner or somebody is telling you like, hey, you know, this is how this is sitting with me, or this is my perspective on this. And then like making that is like, that action, like that could be something that saves your relationship or that makes it better. And I think what happens a lot of time, I mean, I'm obviously not in a relationship right now, but what I've seen happen in my own or in my friends is that people just get really caught up in their ego. Yeah. And they don't want to, they feel like, oh, I'm not going to change this because I'm this way or I'm that way, or this is my least favorite sentence in the whole world. That's just how I am. I'm like, that sentence is doing you a huge disservice in your own life if you cannot evolve past that's just how I am. Like, no, that's a character flaw, my guy. Like we got to work on that.
Like you like
know?
I just have, I know I'm blonde, but like I just have brown hair.
Yeah.
I can, well, I was gonna say I can't change that, but I actually can. But like you understand what I'm saying. Like there are certain things of like my height. Yes. I cannot change the fact that I am a certain height. Yes, those are certain things, aspects that you cannot change about yourself. But there are things that if you don't want to change, you might not be in the right relationship where you want to like give and take with another person.
Or I think I agree with you. You're probably in the wrong relationship. I just think like in general, it's just you do yourself such a huge disservice when you take that approach. Well, that's just how I am.
To you and your partner. Because
mainly to yourself. Because I'm like, really? I mean, and, you know, especially like I would say our audience is probably like mid 20s to like late 30s. And it's like at that point, like, you got to like rearrange some of your habits if you really, you know, like grow, evolve. Like, I just think that's like such a pathetic stance. I think that's like a very, I think it's really disrespectful to yourself and like your potential of who you could be when you take that position. And like, instead of just hearing something, which is literally, you know, somebody saying like, hey, I feel this way about X is not an attack on you. It's not an attack on like who you are as a person.
No, I agree. I'm like, just like really grossly happy.
I love
is
that.
like really what it is. And I'm so obsessed with my boyfriend.
As you should be, and you deserve that. And that's what I think everyone should strive for, because I think a lot of people will settle. And if you don't, it should be a choice.
If you're not obsessed with your significant other,
then why are you with them?
You should not be in a relationship.
100% agree. 100%.
And we laugh about this because there are so many things that I used to say like, that won't happen for me. I won't be like that. I won't do that.
And you're all of them.
I am the girl that should have never said never, because I have turned into this person where I'm like, all those things I used to think I would care about, I just don't.
And it was so fun. I mean, I've always had a feeling, because I was like, you always used to you had your list of a million thousand things. And I was always like, I love that for you. But now it's so funny.
For sure. And like, listen, I own it because I'm like, I hadn't been in a relationship
in a long time. That's
for about 9.5 years. And
you have to be in it to understand like how much changes.
For sure. And I can take ownership of the fact that like I said a lot of things that now are not even important to me at all, because I love him so much and who he is as a person that I'm willing to make compromises, but in like a really healthy way of like, that's just not important.
It's good though. It gives us perspective, because like you get in a relationship or you get yourself in a situation and you always thought like, oh, that could never be me. And then it's like, oh no, that actually very well could be. And then I think it helps us because then we judge other people less for their situations. Absolutely. Like when I, during COVID, got myself into a very emotionally abusive situation. Prior to that, I would have been like, that would never be me. Like, you're being emotionally abused. And no, that was me. And so now when I see other people going through it, I have so much empathy, and I just don't judge anyone's situation, because I'm like, damn, dude, like I've been there. I know how bad that can get, and how manipulative. I can't say that word. How you guys, there's one word I cannot say. Manipulative. How the fuck do you say it? Manipulative. Say it.
Manipulative.
I can't say it.
But
Fuck
it's
that
only
word.
funny because
I've never been able to say it. I'm like highly intelligent, but I've never been able to say that goddamn word. I have been trying to ask myself like what is like the benefit of dating me, and until I can have like a like a good list, I'm going to work on those things first is kind of like where I've been at. Granted, like one thing I will say is like, I do think like every time I date somebody, like not to toot my own horn, but like I make them better. Like I make them more motivated. You can't deny this. All of a sudden, like they want to start a business. They want to be like, they're more motivated. Like whether or not they ever go do it is up to them. But like,
okay.
So like that's one benefit of me. But like I'm working on the other benefits. I'm 1/3 toxic and I'm trying to get rid of that.
I would say like 3/3 toxic,
Okay,
which is a
3/3
whole.
is a whole. I'm not a whole. I'm definitely like 1/3.
Look at that math you just did.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm like a 1/3, but I'm working on that.
Okay.
I think I'm better now. Some things still resonate.
You're a therapist.
Well, what's the best part of dating
AKA
you?
me.
I mean, I said make you better. I feel like you do the same thing.
To make people better?
Yeah, you don't think you make like your man's better? Like you don't encourage him to be a better person? Well, do you encourage him to be a worse person?
I mean, I think that Mans is very much like on my level as far as like when you said the guys that you have dated in the past then go on to be like want to start a company. Mans is already at a level
Well,
where
I didn't
he's
mean it
like
like
very
that.
much like
I just meant like you'll be more motivated. Like that is something that every guy I've ever dated has told me.
yeah,
Like I am more motivated on account of you.
The relationship that I am in, we both push each other to be better and can move out of our comfort zones. I think we both like encourage one another for growth.
Yeah.
So I think that we both do that to each other,
For
which
sure.
is what I've always wanted. I wanted someone that we pushed each other to be better constantly.
100%. I just think like complacency is like I'm like very allergic to that. I just like we need that. Like you need to want better. I need to want better. We need to be striving for that.
Yeah.
If you listened to my last solo episode, you know how I feel about complacency.
Yeah.
So, but you're going to do a solo episode about your love life.
I am going to do a solo episode. I've learned a lot about being in a long distance relationship with another human being, and wow, is it hard. Like I don't love long distance. It was not made for me. And even last night on the phone, I was being crazy girlfriend, like in a very non-crazy way, but Mans goes, no, that's crazy girlfriend mindset. We don't do that anymore. And I was like, oh, so we call it crazy girlfriend. When I'm being crazy, he calls it crazy girlfriend.
Yeah. No, I understand.
But it's hard. Being in a long distance relationship is,
I'm sure. I don't think I've ever done.
Actually, it's quite miserable.
Yeah.
Like I hate it.
Yeah. Okay.
And he tells everyone, he goes, ask Kelsi how she feels about being in a long distance relationship. And I was like, to me, being in it is like, I don't know how people do it for longer than like 7 months. Cause it's hard. It's rough.
I understand. I don't think I've done like long distance situationships once, but that was it.
Yeah. This is not ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
it blows.
a shitty situation. So it didn't matter. Anyways. Okay. Moving on. I feel like we can wrap this one up. Sexy. This is so exciting. We haven't done this in so long. What is the sexiest thing to you right now?
Okay, so you guys, I just finished all 7 Harry Potters in about a month and a half.
Yes,
I read them they were on Audible. I am now Harry Potter obsessed. I understand what everyone went through when they all first came out. Like the book is so major to me. I'm in love, but my sexy is Hermione Granger because I think Hermione was the OG smartest sexy.
Okay.
And let me tell you why.
Yeah, because I haven't seen it.
Okay. So, wow, you're really missing out. You would be obsessed with Hermione.
Really?
She spends all of her time in the library. She is the smartest human being, and she's a better wizard or witch than the boys. She crushes everyone. She's so smart. She's so brilliant.
Okay, maybe I need
She's
to.
also like very, what is her? Is it Emma Watson? Is that who the actual character is?
I don't
Hold
know.
on. Let me Google, guys, because I think I just butchered this.
I feel like I should know, but like I don't know.
Yeah, Emma Watson is who the actual actor is. One, she's beautiful. Like, she's super, super fire. She just represents a hero to younger girls. It's like, yeah, I'm still cute and can be a girl and I'm still beautiful, but like, I have a brain, and I like being smart and being the best at something is so important to her. So I think she is like the OG smartest sexy.
Okay, I love that.
And I love her character. She keeps up with the boys.
Yeah.
And she's a very like feminine girl. Like, she is a girl, but she's just like, yeah, I'm a girl, but I'm going to be better than you. And so I love her. So I think she's the sexiest thing to me this week, and she is the OG smartest sexy.
Okay, fire.
I would love to one day have her on the pod.
That would be sick. Manifest that.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, so that's mine. Okay, what is yours?
Really similar. It's the combination of like when a guy wears a grill and chains and a watch.
Okay, so not really similar. Okay.
But like the combo of, I just love like the accessories. I love like the rings and the chains, and then the grill and the watch. Like, I love like the gold. I love like the full bust down, like the iced out, like
Bust down.
okay. I just am obsessed with that.
Yeah.
The girl
We're
fucks me
having
up.
different
The girl
times.
gets me every time. I'm like,
So not the same as Hermione Granger.
well, you know, a little different.
Okay.
But still a sexy. No, but I just like,
I mean, the only thing was that was the same about that was that you had a sexy and I had a sexy.
and
that
we're
was
twins.
That is okay. I'm done. I actually finish up with this one. Okay.
So that's mine. I've probably said it before. I just like that combo just gets me. I'm just like, yeah, I love that. It doesn't have to be overdone. I just think it's like fire, you know? It has to be done the right way. I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it.
Okay.
It has to also be like true to the person wearing it. Because if it's phony, it's like, it doesn't work. You know, so it a lot goes into that. But that combo, I'm just like, this is fire. It's just like, looks, I just like it.
Okay. So I think that's
Anyways,
we feel very strongly about that.
You guys, to wrap this episode up, if you're watching the video version of today's episode, you see how cute my ponytail is.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at the fact that you don't have a cute ponytail, because it is, but the way you just said it.
Okay, you guys,
queen.
it's by anyways, if you're not listening, I have this really cute ponytail. You can see it on my Instagram. It's by Insert Name Hair. Insert Name Hair creates ultra high quality, easy to use hair solutions like extensions and ponytails, and they are so easy to apply. You can do your hair in 5 minutes, which is a huge deal for the girls who are running around, working, building our empire. Today I'm wearing the Maddie, and you can use the code ViperGirl for 20% off when you order online.
It is very cute. I didn't laugh at the fact that it wasn't cute. I just laughed at the way you said it.
No,
you were like, you can see my cute hair. I was like, whoa, we're really feeling ourselves today. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend. We are on TikTok, YouTube. We're on on
everything.
All the socials.
But you guys, really the best thing you can do for us is share this podcast. It makes such a big difference for us, and it really helps us grow and like evolve the brand. And one of my favorite things in the world is like when I get text messages of you guys, or when I see posts online,
anything.
DMs, when it's like, oh, I love this episode. I love this quote. Like, please give us your feedback. Also tell us what you want to hear. We got a ton of requests during our time off, and we're going to be working them into the next episodes of what people wanted to hear. So we're super excited. All right, y'all. You can find us on Instagram at Smart is Sexy. Thanks.